Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Just got home from the gym and knackered to say the least. This morning I opened up my magic book, and it truly is a magic book. It's really it's taking a photo whilst I'm doing a video for the thumbnail afterwards. So, but yeah, it really is a magic book. Oh, my face is a bit red. Definitely exhausted, because the page that I opened up to, and I'm going to read from it, really ties into the lessons I've set, I guess, that I've been talking about in the last couple of videos, and it's just very succinct. So I'll just get into it. There is a reason you are the way that you are, and that is for the beautiful experience of the value which you are learning. The soul hungers for that which it has never experienced before. The reason that you have a soul is to occupy thought. That thought can have a basis of reality through feelings or emotion. When the soul hungers for an experience, it means it lacks the data from that experience, so it draws a feeling that captivates the whole entity to be emerged upon the adventure to gain the wisdom for itself. When the experience of isness is finished and the emotional storm has subsided, the adventure and all that it was worth gains something that surpasses gold and time and beauty. It advanced itself into wisdom, which is indicative of the soul saying to you, you never have to do this again, for you have already experienced it. Then the soul will take on hunger, and the entity will be drawn to do other things because it needs to. Isness is being what you are and loving what you are, even if no one loves you for that. Worry not if they do or don't. Only concern yourself with you. Then you are living in the totality that God meant you to live in. What you are goes beyond beauty, goes beyond perfection, and it goes beyond that which is termed right and wrong. It goes into destiny, into the fulfillment of self. That is the only thing that is important. You are loved from an unseen source that loves you greatly, that is even greater than the seen source. All your secrets are known, and all the things you have done are known. But are they weighed against you? No. And for what you feel you must do, that is understood. You are not judged any less. You are not judged. You are loved, for you add to this eminent whole. Remember that. You cannot understand the great stars beyond the solar system. See the things that the eye cannot see until you have loved yourself enough to have given sight to self without criticism. To reach out in thought, grasp a hold of knowledge that this world has not yet possessed. You have to love yourself. And in all essences, that is the greatest reward there is. If self is bizarre and weird or enchanting, that is all right. Self needs to be that way. If there are critical eyes on that and you fall vulnerable to others that way, to others' criticism, then you will always deny what is the truest nature of self because it is not acceptable by others. Then you pass this plane and come back over and over and over again, only to get lost in future ideals because you never established the premise of self-love. Whatever you are, love yourself for being that way. Do not become vulnerable to the criticism of others, and let no one separate you from your God, for that is what that means. Soon this wonderful thing of self-love will bloom into a wonderful flower, and entities will come from all over to smell the perfume and fragrance. And they will test you, for you will be unique and different, and true happiness will abide within your being naturally. I am happy when I am oppressed, for that is simply how I am expressing. I am happy when I am depressed, for I am simply expressing that. I am happy when I am pouting. I must be, or I wouldn't be doing it. And I am happy when I am laughing. It rolls my whole being into fervorous excitement that allows a little weight to fall off. That is being joyous with self. When you have come to the point to love your beautiful being, you will pass this plane in a sliver of light, for there will be nothing heavy about you any longer, and there will be nothing that will cling you here any longer. You will be all the stars and all the heavens to come. You will be a part of their activity. It is simple to reach God. Reach yourself. That is where you find Him. Finding out who you be will never happen, because who you be the continuum of thought. You be singularly the continuum of what I refer to as God. And how do you know God? Only when you have become everything in the moment that is expressing itself, and that is into eternity. To know yourself is to have the quest for existence that goes on and on and on, for it will take that long to know who you are. You will never have a point of understanding that you can say, alas, this is who I am. For in the next moment of consciousness, of being God, everything will have changed in will into the next moment of future. So to identify self according to the frivolous wills and an advancing of time, one never knows who he is. To assimilate that you are God is to assimilate that you are all things. And because you are all things, you are open to the nature within your being to change. How wonderful that is. Why would anyone want to be stagnated, caught in a moment of time when all eternity passes him by? That would not be good for any one thing, and fortunately, that doesn't exist. To know who you are is to understand your feelings at the present, but greater is to accept the flow of change within yourself. When you accept that you are vulnerable to future tense and that you are vulnerable to wills, then you are God. So I would not wish for you to categorize yourself. I am desirous for you to become a master, Lord of your being, to have dominion over the weaker aspects of life that would have dominion over you, that you can put them into proper priority, to give you a greater sight to see yourself, that you can advance this wonderful enigma called time, that you grasp all that the Father has to give without anything holding you back. What this means in simplistic terms is who you are. You are an entity, an energy that has consummated itself into matter. What you feel this moment may change the next. Understanding that you are God, that has such options, is one who can love himself in freedom to exercise those options. Be who you are now. If this now changes in the nows that are yet to be born, so be it. For that makes up the fundamental self that is called God. And love yourself for everything that you are, above all things. That's it. That's all I'm going to read today. A very beautiful excerpt out of this book. If any of this has touched you, please let me know. It's a beautiful passage and one that I think needs to be shared with the world. So if you do feel like this needs to be shared, please share this video, share it with those around you, share it to your social medias, all that sort of stuff, because this is a message that more and more people need to hear. And this is a big part of the basis as to why I do the things that I do, why I share the things that I share, because the world needs to hear it. And there are a lot more people in this world that need to feel this in their being and within their existence. But for now, I'm signing off. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a bloody splendid day or evening or whatever the time of the day it is for you right now. So once again, thank you. And as always, much love and namaste.